everyone's ready. And the timer. Let's begin. Howdy. My name is PecosBill. I hear tell people been telling stories about me. Some of them stories is real whoppers. But the truth is, them stories is only half true. Or half of the truth, depending on the story. But now, to dispel all them lies people been saying about me, here I am in PecosBill, the roughest, toughest, rip-roaringest, wildest cowboy of them all. By Jeremy Lee. I was born in Texas, in the Brazos River country, before there was too many people out that way. One day, we got new neighbors moving about 50 miles away. This got Ma all worked up into what you call, let's see, clusterphobia. Anyway, it got so bad till we decided it was time to move out. Ma packed up all the kids in the wagon, we headed west. Along about the Pecos River, we took a break. Ma dished up some grub, and us kids, there's a whole mess of us, commenced to playing, and eating, and fighting. After our break, Ma packed up all the kids in the wagon, they headed west. The only thing missing was me. I was still sitting there on the bank of the Pecos River. And since I was only a baby, and with all the confusion backing up the wagon, I reckon they just plumb forgot to pack me. Anyway, there I was when an old coyote comes along and decides to take me in. For the next 18 years I lived with the coyotes. They taught me how to hunt, how to stalk game, how to smell out every scent in creation, how to go unnoticed by things passing by. But the most fun of all was how to howl at the moon. Boy, did we make party music. One day, I was sunning myself on the bank of the Pecos River when I see the most peculiar thing. Looks to be a man riding on a horse, but he was all covered in animal skins and had a circular protrusion on his head. I later found out he was wearing clothes and had a hat on. He told me and he saw me that I was a human. First, I didn't believe him because all my born days I was told that people were inhuman and I was a coyote. What really convinced me was when he told me that all coyotes had tails. And just to prove him wrong and show him that I indeed was a coyote, I turned around and, well, gave him prime evidence I did not have a tail. So, I went with him to what they call town, and after a month or so got pretty well adjusted to human living. Except for clothes. Them's is the most irritating things, if I do say so myself. When I lived with the coyotes, I was able to go free and do as I pleased, but now I gotta get dressed first. Stick what they call boots on my feet. Also gotta scalp my face every day. They call it shaving. Anyway, along about that time I heard of a town called Dallas, so I decided to see if it was my kind of town. I saddle up and I mosey on over. When I finally got there, everyone was all jumpy-like and skittish. I asked around and finally found the bartender who would tell me what was wrong. It's the Devil's Cavalry. They've been shooting up this town nearly once a month. Them's wilder than a bunch of coyotes. Well, sounds like the kind of fellas I'm interested in meeting. You know where to locate them? Are you tired of living and then shoot yourself full of holes you didn't know you had a body? And all of that in less time you can say had it. We'll see about that. Well, it's your funeral. But they say they hide in the Hell's Gate Gulch. They say nobody's ever found their way into that pit of sin. And lived. This why the fellas went looking for them never came back again. So, I went looking for the Hell's Gate Gulch. Actually, I didn't need a look. I just asked the local cow where they went. He gave me directions a blind man could follow. Long about 300 miles into the journey, I ran into the biggest rattlesnake the earth has ever seen. The stories say he was 50 feet long, but that ain't the half of it. In all truth, this fellow's so long you can tie one end of him to a post and start walking. About 5 miles out, you'd run out of tail and have to start working on the neck. Anyway, he wasn't too happy about me running into him like I did, so he killed my horse. Grandpa, If I was you, I wouldn't lay down in the middle of the road. Why, somebody might not see you and ride over you with their wagon. They'd think they just hit a bumpy stretch of trail.
If I was you, I wouldn't ride so you hit me. I may not be too forgiving till after you're in my stomach.
Now, are you going to let me through, or am I going to have to make a way through?
You don't think you can fight me, do you?
Well, I don't see how it hurt to try. And with that, I commenced wrestling that there snake. Now, on account of his size and the strength of his muscles, I figured we might have ourselves a fair competition. So, after about 2 weeks, I thrashed him so's he yells uncle. Now, if I'm gonna let you go, you're gonna have to make me a few promises. First is you're not gonna attack me when I let you up. Second is you're gonna have to serve me the rest of your natural life. Is that clear?
Yes, I promise.
Whew. Well, good, now we can be friends. Welcome to the crew. Since you took the liberty of killing my horse, I reckon we're just gonna have to walk. Good thing we're only about 300 miles from where I'm going. So there we was a-walking when along comes this big old wowzer. Now, if you didn't know, a wowzer is only the meanest critter in all God's creation. Half grizzly bear, half cougar on the outside, and granite and steel on the inside. And this one was a big one. In fact, he was the king of all wowzers at 25 feet long and 15'5" at the shoulder. And extra mean on top of that.
Well, howdy, Bill. I've been looking forward to eating you for a long time.
Now, don't you think you're biting off a little more than you can chew? I mean, after all I've been through, you might find me just a lot tough.
Yeah, I don't think I'll have any trouble. I've had tough meat before.
And with that, the old fella lunges at me and we have ourselves another wrestling match. This one was so wild, knocked down all the trees in the surrounding neighborhood. They call it the Great Plains nowadays. Finally, after a few weeks, the old wowers and I decided to call truce and dig us a well. When we hit water, boy, did we hit water. The water came out with so much force that it broke through the surrounding rock and carved a little stream bed. I hear tell folks call it the Grand Canyon nowadays. And after our drink, maybe a little nap, the old wowzer and I commenced wrestling again till finally the old boy says,
Now, hold up a minute, Bill. Can't you take a joke every now and then?
Well, sure I can take a joke every now and again, but I can't let you off that easy. What do you say to being my mount since my friend the snake here dispatched my horse?
Well, that don't sound like too bad of a deal. Exactly how long would this arrangement last?
Oh, I reckon the rest of your natural life ought to do for starters.
Gotta say, you drive a hard bargain.
We could go back to wrestling, you know. Where do I sign up to be a mount? So, I saddled up the old wowzer, picked up my stake, we headed off. Whew. Find the Hell's Gate Gulch and meet up with the Devil's Cavalry. Well, we finally got there. I reckon must have startled them. Riding up like I did, because when I asked who the leader of the bunch was, nobody identified themselves right off. Finally, a fella steps forward and says, "My name's Old Satan, and I used to be the boss around here. But I ain't no more. You're the boss now. Any man who can ride a wowzer with a rattlesnake is the only man fit to be the boss of the Devil's Cavalry." Well, that's downright neighborly. I was expecting to have to wrestle y'all to get y'all reasonable. Now, I got a proposition for y'all I think y'all might be interested in. I only take the toughest bunch to do what I have in mind. I'm fixing to make the biggest cattle ranch in the history of the world. Why, we have so many head of cattle, all the folks in Europe and the East Coast combined wouldn't be able to eat them all. What do you say? That sounds like a right dandy idea to me. When do we start? Right now. And that's the way it's been these past years. Old PecosBill here in the Devil's Cavalry has been herding cattle, having a passel of fun and hard work. We made ourselves the biggest cattle ranch west side of the Pecos. Oh, pretty much west side of anywhere. Now the fences are closing in and the days of the open range are coming to an end. Reckon this is where this old cowboy story ends too. Fading into the sunset under the western sky.
Arrgh!